It's a lovely intro. To add nothing to the world at all. Here he is. I'd like to start with a poem. If even this is poetry, then the standards are much too low. So I used to be a student, but I'm better now. I graduated with a degree in creative writing, as evidenced from the poem. I actually now I live with students. I'm the only person in my flat that's not a student, and it's quite a strange situation to be in because I'm sort of, got the old hang-ups of being a student, like, scrimping and saving and trying to get discount and everything I can. But at the same time, I'm trying to be a proper person and pay everything I've got to pay. So I'm in a position now where I'm not sure if I need to declare my nectar points as a secondary source of income. But it's depressing because they've got a lot to look forward to as students. Like when you're a student, you've got your graduation to look forward to, you've got your results, you've got your first job, your first proper relationship, your first apartment, flat, everything. But what I've got to look forward to is this. So if this drags, that's deliberate. The Avengers sequel next year, and death. So that's nice. But no, it's strange. Like they live in a different world. Like they'll ask me and say, "Oh, Tim, what are you doing today?" I'll say, "Oh, I'll just probably read some comics, and then I've got work in the evening." What are you going to do? And this is a genuine answer I got from one of my flatmates. She said, "Oh, I've got to make a Seagull Cafe." What do you say to that? I'm sorry, I don't have any money to invest at the moment, actually. But I don't understand. What is a Seagull Cafe? Like, what is it? A cafe for seagulls? Is it for? It's for seagulls. For humans. No, run by seagulls. For humans. So, like, they'd spill a lot of coffee, but that would be offset by the ironic joy of watching a seagull fry an egg. Or is it a cafe run by seagulls exclusively for seagulls as a protest against the human monopolisation of the catering industry? And that's my favourite punchline of this. Right. But one thing I learned actually while I was at university studying creative writing is this thing. It's you learn about metaphor and allegory and stuff. There's one allegory that I learnt about that I particularly find interesting. It's called the allegory of the long spoons. Okay, and some of you may have heard of it. It was come by a guy called Rabbi Haim. And what it is, it's a vision of heaven and hell. Okay, and in this vision, hell is basically where you've got as much food as you want on these long tables. Everyone there that's in hell, on these long tables, everyone's sat down, much food as you want, but the spoons to eat the food are 6 foot long. So it's quite difficult, as you can imagine, to get the spoons into the food, right? And heaven, in this vision, is the same, but everyone's feeding each other, okay? That's the correct response. That's very nice. Lovely vision, okay.
What about seagulls?
It's a good point, isn't it? This is taking a strange turn, isn't it? I didn't invent this, right? So Rabbi Haim came up with this, okay? He's long dead. We can't ask him any questions about this. The one thing I would say about it is, as a vision of heaven and hell, it's like, picture hell like that. That is not a deterrent, is it? Like you can rape and murder as much as you want, but when you get to hell, the spoons will be massive. You carry on. You're going to get your comeuppance in the form of lengthy cutlery. So, basically, I've come up with my own version of this allegory, my own vision of heaven and hell, and it's in poem form. And luckily, it's better. I have seen hell's torture and heaven's joy. Free food in both, yet in heaven all will be sated, and in hell few will. sticky rib, Chinese chow mein, Bombay bad boy. The afterlife rewards with every flavour of pot noodle. But what separates the saints and sinners, what tests their mettle, is the moisture of their dinners. For in hell there is only one kettle. Oh, thank you. Thank you. My creative writing tutors would be proud. I've got a nut allergy. Yeah, that's great. The things that you'd expect me to be asked by people about that are things like, is it bad? Yeah, it's quite bad. Do you have one of those EpiPen things that you stab into your leg? Yeah, that's great fun. And do you wish you could eat Snickers or Ferrero Rocher? And Snickers, yes. Ferrero Rocher, not really my scene. But the thing that they actually ask me, people say to me when I say I've got a nut allergy, they say, oh, that must be bad, but at least if you ever want to kill yourself, all you've got to do is eat a Kinder Bueno. And that is true. But it's nice, you know, it's nice to know that when my friends are talking to me, at the forefront of their mind is a thought that I would want to commit suicide. Kinder Bueno, my mortal enemy. Kinder, German for children. Bueno, Spanish for good. For good, yeah. Manufactured by Ferrero, an Italian company, and made in France. So if anyone's not sure how they feel about the EU at the moment, just think about that there. Colluding to feed me chocolate death. So, but I'd have to, I mean, Kinder, right? We all know about the Kinder Surprise. We're all aware of that from our childhoods. Yeah, the Kinder Surprise, the little chocolate egg with a toy inside, okay? I don't know if anyone knows this, right? But that's actually illegal in America. That's not a joke. That's true. It's illegal in America because they don't realise that there is a toy inside the chocolate. It's true. They don't realise it, right? So they're like, oh, well, they can't have it because they'll just eat the whole thing. Like, if you can say one thing about an egg-shaped object, it's that there's something inside it. Like, whether that is a shit toy or just some egg. I don't understand it. Like, what do they think the surprise was? Dead children? Don't understand. Yeah. Bit much, isn't it? Yeah, my favourite thing about having a nut allergy, anyway, since you ask, is the ever-present threat of death. No, it's the labelling. My favourite label I've ever seen while having a nut allergy, it's my whole life, actually. My entire life. My favourite label I've seen in my entire life is in Subway, okay? And it's on the sneeze guard, and it says, some products may contain traces of nuts. Please be careful. Doesn't say how. Just don't look directly at them. Tread lightly. But what I really like about it is it's actually in the shape of a giant nut. Like, this is something that you have been avoiding your entire life, but just in case you don't know what it looks like, it's that. But I don't like that I think it's necessary to show an image of the thing I'm trying to avoid. Like, I've got asthma as well, right? And I wouldn't want my inhaler to be emblazoned with the picture of a dusty cat. I realise now I've mentioned that I've got asthma, I've got a nut allergy, and I also mentioned earlier that I read comics, and it's true, I do read comics, but not because I enjoy it, but because, as I said, I've got asthma, I've got a nut allergy. It's a legal requirement, and it completes something called the geek trifecta. And knowing the word trifecta completes something called the geek quadfecta. That's it, thanks very much.